Andrew Mountbatten Windsor throwing a tantrum over his exile to Marsh Farm. The Duke of York's long and bitter battle over his living arrangements has taken yet another dramatic turn in recent weeks. Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, once second in line to the throne, is reportedly furious about the latest relocation proposal offered by the king. Sources close to the royal household have described his reaction as nothing short of a full-blown tantrum behind palace doors. The property in question is a relatively modest farmhouse, known informally within royal circles as Marsh Farm. Located on the eastern fringe of the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, Marsh Farm sits in low-lying land bordered by drainage ditches and the ever-present threat of the nearby River Babingley. The house itself is a four-bedroom Georgian building with a small stable block, a walled garden and limited outbuildings. It has been used sporadically over the years as accommodation for estate managers or visiting staff. Unlike Royal Lodge, the grand 30-room mansion Andrew occupied for more than 2 decades in Windsor Great Park, Marsh Farm offers no grandeur, no sweeping views, and no sense of historic prestige. The king's decision to offer this particular property has been interpreted by Andrew and his inner circle as a deliberate and humiliating downgrade. Insiders say the Duke exploded in private when the proposal was first outlined. He allegedly described the house as a damp, isolated shack, fit only for farmhands, not for a prince of the blood royal. According to one well-placed source who spoke on condition of anonymity, Andrew paced the drawing room at Royal Lodge shouting, "They want to exile me to a marsh like some disgraced Tudor courtier." The outburst reportedly lasted more than an hour and left several staff members shaken by the intensity of his anger. The nickname, Marsh Farm, has since stuck and is now being used openly in certain royal corridors. The property's location is particularly galling for Andrew. It lies in Flood Zone 2 with sections classified as Zone 3. According to the Environment Agency's most recent risk assessment, historical flood records show the Babingley overflowing in 2013, 2018, 2021 and again during the exceptionally wet winter of 2024-2025. Climate models predict that extreme rainfall events will increase in frequency and severity across East Anglia over the coming decades. For a man already stripped of military titles, royal patronages, and his sovereign grant allowance, the prospect of living in a house vulnerable to seasonal flooding feels like one insult too many. Andrew has made it clear in private conversations that he considers the offer insulting and unacceptable. He has instructed his small remaining team to explore every possible legal and procedural avenue to challenge the relocation decision. Lawyers have been quietly consulted about the terms of the original lease on Royal Lodge and whether any residual rights remain enforceable. The king, however, has been unwavering. Since ascending the throne, Charles III has pursued a consistent policy of streamlining royal residences and reducing unnecessary expenditure on non-working royals. Royal Lodge, with its high running costs and large staff requirement, was deemed unsustainable for someone no longer carrying out public duties. Marsh Farm, by contrast, requires minimal upkeep and comes with only a skeleton level of security and support. The king's aides insist the choice is pragmatic rather than punitive. Yet Andrew and his supporters see it differently. They view the move to Marsh Farm as a calculated act of marginalization designed to keep him out of sight and far from any potential media spotlight in London. The Duke has reportedly told friends that he would rather remain in temporary accommodation than accept what he calls a flooded hovel in the middle of nowhere. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie have been caught in the middle of this escalating family tension. Both daughters remain fiercely loyal to their father and have visited him frequently during the drawn-out negotiations. Beatrice, in particular, is said to be deeply concerned about the flood risk attached to Marsh Farm. She has quietly requested independent assessments of the property's resilience measures and explored options for additional flood-proofing. Eugenie has also expressed private frustration with the lack of suitable alternatives being offered. Despite their concerns, both princesses have refrained from any public criticism of the king or his decisions. Their loyalty to their father is absolute, but so is their determination to preserve the delicate balance within the wider royal family. Sarah Ferguson, who has remained remarkably close to Andrew since their divorce in 1996, has adopted a more philosophical tone. She has described the Norfolk countryside as peaceful and believes the family can adapt to whatever location is chosen. Privately, however, she shares Andrew's disappointment with the limited options being presented. The broader context of the dispute is impossible to ignore. Andrew's fall from grace began with his association with Jeffrey Epstein and accelerated dramatically after the catastrophic 2019 Newsnight interview. That single television appearance destroyed much of his remaining public goodwill and sealed his fate within the institution. Since then, every decision concerning his status has been viewed through the lens of damage limitation. The loss of his HRH style, military affiliations, and official income were early steps. The withdrawal from public life and the pressure to leave Royal Lodge represent the next phase. Marsh Farm, with its isolation and flood vulnerability, feels to Andrew like the final act of banishment. He has reportedly told Confidants that he feels thrown away like an embarrassing relative. The emotional toll has been visible to those closest to him. Friends describe a man who alternates between rage and periods of profound sadness and resignation. He spends long hours walking the grounds of Royal Lodge, knowing that each day brings him closer to departure. The gardens he helped design, the rooms filled with memories of his daughter's childhoods, the quiet evenings with Sarah. All of it will soon belong to the past. Meanwhile, the king continues to spend time at Sandringham and has been photographed walking the estate grounds. Despite the worsening weather conditions, his determination to proceed with the relocation remains unshaken even as Storm Chandra batters the east coast. The contrast could not be sharper. One brother in the main house, secure and in command. The other facing exile to a flood-prone cottage. On the very edge of the same estate. For Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the move to Marsh Farm represents far more than a change of address. It is the physical embodiment of his fall from grace. A daily reminder of lost privilege and diminished status. His reported tantrum is understandable to those who know him best. After years of public humiliation and private grief, the prospect of living in a house threatened by rising water feels like the final, unbearable indignity. Whether he ultimately accepts the relocation or continues to fight remains uncertain. What is clear is that the once confident prince now finds himself in a battle he appears unlikely to win. From the gilded halls of Royal Lodge to the damp fields surrounding Marsh Farm, the journey has been long, painful, and profoundly symbolic. And as winter storms gather once again over Norfolk, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor prepares for what may be his most challenging exile yet.